redevelopment, which is a major issue in Mira Road, water supply, air pollution, job creation, and road transport, and basically public transport. So these are the 5 topics. We need your view on that.
Till 2014, we were in the municipal corporation. And while we were in the municipal corporation, we had got more than 200 MLD of water for this city. In last 10 years, the Surya Prakalpa 300 MLD liter of water Yojana is still at a standstill. In 10 years, these people have not been able to bring water to this city. 10 years of governance, 10 years of MLA, 10 years of municipal corporation, absolute majority of the BJP. It's a long time. So we are going to get this water issue resolved immediately.
Do you have any plan for it? Means how you?
I told you, we got this 300 MLD liter of water supply sanction from Surya Dam.
Yeah.
While we were in governance, in the state and in the corporation, and that scheme is still under the pipeline. For 10 years, it is still under the pipeline. So we are going to get that thing done and get the water supply to the city.
And what about the redevelopment issue? It's more than half of the buildings are 30.
The government has come up while we were in, again, I have to refer it again to 2014, because while we were in governance in 2014, I was member in the Legislative Council and Prithviraj Chauhan was the Chief Minister. So we had planned, government had planned to have a unified development control rules and regulation in the state, across the state. Because state has got more than 221 municipal councils and more than 27 municipal corporations. So there were different rules and regulations across the state. So we got a unified common development rules and regulation, which is called UDCPR. So according to this UDCPR, redevelopment is done on the basis of the roads width. So that is now in existence. Now still there are some lacunas and loopholes in terms of Gautan area, in terms of the villages and the areas or the third tier cities or 2-tier cities or cities like Mira-Bhayandar, which has come into existence during the Gram Panchayat's time. So a more of cluster development scheme is needed. Last 5 years or 6 years, people have been pursuing, the professionals, architects, the builder lobby, the common man, the society, has been pursuing with the government to make an amendment and make an addition for the cluster development, for this type of Gautam redevelopment things. Now on the verge of the election, the government has come out with a gazette. They are going to include these things, but that takes a long time. It takes minimum 1 year's time, because then the government has to call for an objection, suggestion, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So once the MahaVikasAghadi is in power, we'll see to that that is being done on a speed level. And we incorporate all those clustered areas, and those redevelopment can take place immediately.
What about the roads and footpaths, and basically public transport is not the which is the lacuna in Mira-Bhayandar?
Mira-Bhayandar is an extended suburb of Mumbai suburban area, and for your information, it is the fastest growing 2-tier city in the country. The highest migrating population between 1990 to 2000 was 186%. From 2001 to 2011, it grew from 5 lakhs to 8 lakhs. And now 2011 till 2021, the government hasn't done any census, but still the city has the highest migrating population, and the commutation is the biggest problem in this city. People is the only lifeline is the railway. Now during Vilas Rao Deshmukh's time, we had planned this metro which was coming up in Bombay. So we had planned metro from Mira-Bhayandar and extended up to Gorai and SL1 and connected round it from the Borivali. Because Bhayandar West area is the new flourishing area where the new population is going to come up, which will be having about more than 5 to 7, 8 lakhs of population. So my intention in planning was that that pocket of area need not travel to Mira Road and Kashi Mira. They can travel directly with the metro towards Borivali and go to their workplaces. But unfortunately, this government has extended metro only up to Raimurwa Buddha, and still that is incomplete. So my another target will be to have a ring road, ring metro. As far as coastal road is concerned, in next couple of years, it has definitely going to come up to Mira-Bhayandar, Vasai and Virar it is going to go. So if you have this parallel metro which connects you to Borivali, so you'll have 2 types of in and out, internal in and out exit system for the city. At present, we have only one exit That is only from Daisar Chalnaka. We had planned during 2014, you can go and see it in the public domain when Prithviraj Chauhan was the CM. We had planned a link road parallel to the railway line from Daisar up to Vira. Now these people have still not done that thing in 10 years' time. Still that thing has not been done. So we are going to get this thing done immediately as soon as we come to power.
But what about the last mile connectivity? Because residents are highly dependent of share autos and there isn't any base transport system like Mumbai.
No, we do have Mira-Bhayandar bus
but it is not
services.
that
We bought
much
this thing in
effective,
existence in 2009 when Manmohan Singh ji was the Prime Minister. We bought it, a JNNU RM thing into existence.
Yes.
We got underground drainage system done. We bought these buses services, air-conditioned buses services. The major problem in 10 years is, again, repeatedly, the 10 years is that small roads has not been extended, not been widened. In Bhayandar East and West, majority problem is Penkarpada, Bhayandar East and West and Uttar. The small roads have not been widened, so the small buses are not able to move and people finally have to move with auto. So we'll see to that new development plan which has elapsed in 2017, the new development plan for which we have given multiple suggestions to the government. 7 years have passed. Again, 10 years, and this 10 years, out of this 10 years, 7 years, this plan's time period is finished. New plan, new suggestion and objection we have already given, which is lying in the dustbin of the government. We'll see to that the new suggestion of the new development plans is immediately being brought into existence.
You also mentioned job creation in this area. So is there any specific plan for it?
See, we have to create satellite cities everywhere now. Across the world, when you go and you see, carbon emission is the biggest problem, transportation is the biggest problem, commutation is the biggest problem. Whether you go to Bombay, Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad, all cities have extended about 60 kilometers, 80 kilometers. You go to Pune, the worst of it part, Pimpri, Chinchwad, Pune, you will see traffic hazards. And people have to travel from one point to other point, 30 kilometers, 50 kilometers, 60 kilometers. It takes half of their life is spent under that. So you need to have a satellite city where the city is self-sustained with your educational institutes, with your job-oriented types of commercial premises and IT parks and stuff like that, where people can work from that. Now this COVID has taught you one new thing, which is work from home culture. But that is not going to last for long, because what you say in science is the human body, human touch is most important. Everything cannot be done on the IT. So you need to create IT parks, you need to create commercial premises where people can work from that. Now under this government, though they talk about MSME and stuff like that, all in small scale industries have vanished. Yeah. Bhayandar, we had small buffing area which was known. Still you can, if you go to Bhayandar, they export across the world steel utensils. They sell it to Madras, which is the highest buyer of steel utensils. So the steel utensils, whether it is glass, waste and everything, that is being manufactured in Bhayandar. But all those small scale industries is dying because there is no support from the government. There's so many laws pertaining to the pollution control board and manufacturing and manpower and labor and so on and so forth. There was an MIDC in Kashmir, in Mira Road. All industries have shut down. So now the sector is into what? IT, electronics. So we need to nourish that culture and to make space arrangements, make reservations for those purposes, for those offices to come into existence. So that will create a lot of job opportunity.
Pollution. Though it is a global issue, no one is speaking on local level. Means infrastructure projects and means many
You see that presidential award, Rashtriya Sansadiya Mandal Maharashtra Shaka.
Okay.
See that? That's a presidential award given to me in my first tenure as an MLC by President of India. I used to speak at length on law and judiciary, police, administration, solid waste management, so on and so forth, and urban and infrastructure and rural and economics and agriculture, unemployment, Mahila and Suraksha and child abuse and everything. But one of my best speech was picked up was on solid waste management, which is connected to global warming, which is connected to the carbon emission. This is a major problem. This is a major problem. Today in this city, the contract for picking up the garbage for 800 crores. 800 crores for 5 years has been given to pick up the garbage. You go across the city, you will still find all the garbage lying as it is, where it is. So the garbage lying in the slum areas or in your drainage system, it is adding to pollution. Now you will ask me how. So you and we better know that plastic is the biggest problem. It never gets dissolved and it generates various types of gases. The various types of gases comes out of those things. So global warming, you need to do a group large scale plantations to control carbon emission. And as far as United Nations is concerned, United Nations has across the world fixed up which plantation can control this carbon emission and in which country which plantation has to be done. The quality of the plants have been decided at the United Nations level. For India, it is African mahogany plant has been decided to control the carbon emission. You get timber out of it and it controls also the carbon. So this type of plantation, you need African Sweetenia mahogany variety, you need bamboo plantation at a large scale, chunk of 10 acres, 10 or 5 acres, such types of plantations are needed. Unfortunately, what municipal corporation does is they just bring it any plant from any nursery and they plant it anywhere. That is not the way it has to be done. Number of times I had told the commissioner, the additional commissioner, the people in the municipal corporation to take these things into action. I have given them suggestion. There is corruption. So they want to buy from the nursery at an XYZ price. So there is a lot of corruption. So I have solid concrete plan to at least control, not to control, but at least to monitor and see if such type of plantations are done, which will also control the temperature. Likewise, for your information, bamboo plantation, that reduces 2-degree temperature. I'm a farmer in Nagpur. I'm doing organic farming. And in the interest of the farmer, I had developed my farm in 20 different modules, where in Vidarbha, the crop pattern, I'm trying to change the crop pattern. You cannot think of spices in Vidarbha because of the temperature. I have 50 varieties of bamboo. I have all these spices in my plant. So I'm very well versed in agriculture. Bamboo needs 20 liters of water twice a week. That's it. It remains for 85 years until it flowers. Till that point of time, the bamboo is there. And it reduced the temperature by 2 degrees.
Last two elections is in 2014, BJP candidate won, and last time independent candidate, but again associated with BJP won the assembly. What are your chances, you think, to win the assembly, and do you think polarization of the vote between two candidates, BJP and independent, will help you?
I'm not looking into their division of votes. If their votes are divided, I will win. That is not at all the case. People of this city, as I told you earlier, have seen us 65 years of my family and 40 years of my political life. I'm damn sure I have my own vote share. And 10 years, again repeating the 10 years of this misgovernance and corruption. People are fed up with this misgovernance, defamation of the city. Forget about the defamation of these two candidates on each other. I don't take it that they are defaming each other. I take it as if they are defaming my city. They are defaming each and every society, each and every person, each and every family member of this city. That is the defamation these people are doing by mudslinging on each other. They are defaming the city, and people are fed up with this. Mira-Bhayandar is a city where the literacy percentage is almost 100%. Mira-Bhayandar is a city where occupationally people are employed and self-employed, 100%. 100% students are going into education, whether it is municipal education or private education. So this is not the city where people can do polarization and mudslinging and people just take you for granted and accept those things. So I have my own vote share, I have my own standing, I have my own contacts, I have my own work in the society.
Can you tell us the summary of why people should vote for you?
For water, for transportation and metro, for good education system and institutions, for better healthcare, and for a better life. You have to vote for Punjab.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.